Hello everyone, this is Avo here. I decided to do something special about my first career advice video in 2022. As you can tell, I'm talking English and I would like to share with you guys about my personal experience on how I overcome language barrier when I entered Deloitte Australia as a grad. First of all, a bit background about myself. I came to Australia to study master in 2016, got 4.8 in PTE prior to graduation. For those who don't know PTE, it is an English test commonly used in Australia, similar to IELTS but a bit easier. Alright, when most of people heard the score I got in my English test, their reaction would be like, wow, your English is really good. How come you have difficulties talking in English? Which I have asked myself too, and when I think about it thoroughly, this brings up two main reasons under the hood. First one, being good at exams doesn't necessarily mean you can write or talk in English easily. I know we have been studying English since elementary school, but all we were taught were about grammar, vocabulary, and how to pick the right phrase in a dialogue. We don't get the chance to practice our verbal English day to day and being able to learn how to write professional business emails. Secondly, I was studying master and majoring in one of the favorite courses that Chinese students take, information technology, which means I talk in Chinese whenever I can, except asking questions, tutorials, or ordering food at Subway. Now let's move to how graduate programs works at Deloitte Australia. It kicked off with a 3-day induction with graduates across all business units that we were put into a group of 5 and got to solve a couple of different tasks, case studies, ended up with a presentation in front of partners and other grads. Then we moved to the boot camp in our own business unit where we had to participate in another round of trainings, case studies, and presentations for the next half month. Hence, you can imagine I was entirely smashed when I started my first month, that I have to be fully dedicated, read, talk, and write in English for 8 hours a day, and face the fact that I don't know the TV program or the talk show actor the other grads discussed. I had to admit that I don't even want to talk to people after I got off from work. Often question myself whether it is the right career path for me. I was known as a quiet Asian girl who likes sitting there and doing her own work. And what pulled the trigger that made me change my mind is realizing the fact that I was not a native speaker. And it is okay to not speak perfect English. I am already doing a great job entering Big 4 as an international student. It is common that sometimes I can't catch up with conversations because I wasn't born and raised in Australia. That would be my first piece of advice by establishing the mindset. Don't be too harsh on yourself, and it is 100% fine that you have issue talking in English because it is never your first language. Moving next, it is commonly seen in Asian students that we have accent, we stumble in middle of a sentence, so we are not confident enough to talk in English. I understand that people are afraid of making mistakes in front of others, so we feel like it is the safest option to not say anything instead. But in reality, this will put ourselves into an infinite loop that more silent we remain, less confidence we attain. Really, my second piece of advice would be talking English as much as possible and learn from those who speak good English. Include but not limit to the pronunciation, sentence structure, the commonly used English phrases, and tones. I know it is not easy to start taking actions on this. It was hard for me too, but it is the quickest and most efficient way of beating the barrier. Although I have been working full-time in Australia for 3 years now, I still feel the existence of this damn barrier from time to time. What I have learned is don't let this feeling disrupt my inner confidence. I have improved a lot and I will keep doing it. And you can do it too. See you next time. Bye bye.